You won't know who I am from what you perceive. But if you listen when we speak, then you will receive a glimpse of who I am. And then you'll believe and have a life of peace, because your soul is at ease. You see, our source is the essence of which this world is conceived, which means that we were here before the bird and the bee. Now if you have not guessed, I am eternity. But now if you have guessed, and you guessed correctly, that simply means we share the same destiny. To realize we are the God and Trinity that is talked about in Christianity. Now some will say that vanity, or go as far as insanity. It's because they believe in Western theology. But as for we, you see, we choose ancient Kemetic philosophy. Not to say that's the only path to immortality. That's the path for we, this life, you see, as we devote our life to helping others be free, so they in turn can reach their full divinity. And this is done because of the he in I and the I in he. Peace and wholeness.
What's happening? What's happening? Greetings, and heavenly salutations to all. Welcome to another Soulful Discussion here on this Soulful Sunday, where we simply engage in the sexiness of Christianity. I ain't bringing sexy back to Christianity. If there is such a thing, this is the thing. Bringing sexy back to Christianity. And with that, let us officially open with this portal opening, drum call, drum circle sound collage, making a joyful sound, making a joyful noise. All right. Welcome one, welcome all, seen and unseen. As we open up to the infinite wisdom, infinite intelligence of the all. Per our soulful discussion. I'm gonna plug this thing in because it may tend to do something different here. All right. Let's see. Get us on this type mode. All right. Here we are. What's this doing up here? Ah, there we go. A soulful discussion. Well, you know, before we get too far gone, I have a new microphone set up. So just want to give this thing a little testing, if you will. Want to listen on, let's see if we can, want to open this thing up here, right? Open this device up. Let's see, I'm going to go to StreamYard. Can we do that? Let's see, here we go. Go to StreamYard. I'm going to view it on YouTube. Just getting an idea what the sound quality is like with this new microphone. Or different microphone, rather. After all, it is important to hear the word. As we know, in the beginning was the word. The word was with God. The word was God. Then the word became flesh. Oh man, we got a whole lot going on with this thing here. Have to have to log back in. As we log in, doing the technical side of things, you know, in the spiritual world and physical world, there is this duality. We must confidently adhere to the spiritual and the material. 518-807. 518-807. Alright, now let us see. Microphone checker 1 2 1 2. Microphone checker 1 2. View this on YouTube. Microphone checker 1 2 1 2. Yes. This device comes up now. Well, the audio is here. It may seem to be a little bit on the low side though. Nice. Just have to turn the volume up. Yeah. So as long as my person speaks up and clear, this sounds suffice enough, at least on this device here. Alright, let's roll with it. So, what else is happening? What else is happening? certain perspective, everything and nothing at the same time. Everything and nothing at the same time. Soulful discussion. I had a conversation earlier today before before the setup began for Soulful Sunday, actually, and the gist of it was know your tribe, know your family, know your people, right? Know your people. Even Yeshua, he knew his people to the degree that even though they were all closest for us, the disciples, he was also aware that one of them would, betray him, as the story goes, right? So know your people. And that story in and of itself is kind of peculiar, you know. When you know somebody going to sell you out, you know somebody close to you, don't have your best interest in mind all the way. They're more so selfish. What's in it for them? And if they can get something from it, they will turn you over to whoever it may be, the authorities, whoever it may be, right? So, what does it look like in so-called 2024 when, there's a thing of who to trust, Do you trust everyone in your inner circle? And if so, well, you must, to a certain degree, evidently, there's some level of trust for them to be in the inner circle. And this inner circle trust, um, how transparent, open, and free are you able to be within your circle or cycle or cipher within your peeps? So, just a question out there, throwing it out there. Because personally on this journey, the being that you see here has come to realize that the way that it communicates is different. And not just within my person bit, as it shares my person communicates based upon its understanding of the nature of reality. And more, this communication is, as my person settles within this communication, it may be different for others who may not be as hardcore with living up to the standards of themselves. What is meant by that? Well, ideally, whatever one believes, whatever your belief system is, your BS, your belief system, whatever your belief system, ideally, to the degree that you live up to that belief system, you're sharing your actions, the words that you speak, and the actions that come forth supports your belief system. Again, this is a standard of being, standard of living that supports ascension, that supports being obedient to God, that supports being in good graces with the all, that supports alignment. And this is all my person's personal perspective. Although there's other philosophies that support this philosophy, this perspective. Nonetheless, some of them my person actually dives deep within as far as making it practicality, putting this theory to the test, of what you say and what you do is in alignment with what you actually believe, the core, at your center of your heart, the essence of your beingness. In other words, my person's communication is guided by the essence of the soul. Listen to that shit. That shit sounds heavy as shit. It's cold-blooded. Ain't on the something. It sounds good, Yes, to be guided by the essence of the soul, of one's soul. so that the communication and the actions match up and align such things. Yeah. Well, that's that. And again, bringing Christianity into this picture, because again, there's one who was indoctrinated in the religion of Christianity, and at some point had what they say, a falling out with the religion itself and those who practiced, who believed, who were practitioners, followers of the religion, followers of Christ. There was a certain separation, detachment, you know. Now we're back full circle with that because of the communication. Now, even though my person considers itself a Christian, it considers itself more specifically a Kemetic Christian. So some of the viewpoints that traditional Christians or mainstream Christians have, you know, my person may slightly differ from that. Hence, find your tribe. My sheep shall hear my voice. So again, give thanks to a place such as Temple Mother Earth, you know, international place of higher consciousness, local headquarters here in Washington, D.C. Again, giving thanks for the opportunity for a brother to express the totality of its soul, at least a little bit more every single day. You know, growing into expressing its uniqueness as a unique expression of the all. So, and with that, again, environment is so important. The people around you will either support your evolution until that, or they will keep you bound. Bound. So again, in this conversation earlier today, my person has been engaging officially with plant medicines since 2021, you know, officially. Of course, been smoking and getting high, you know, what they call recreational drugs for a number of years. But as far as looking at being in ceremony and looking at getting insight, going diving deep within, piercing the veil, going beyond the veil, as they say, to see beyond that, intentionally. You know, it's been 21, about a 3-year journey. And my person's at the place now where it enjoys microdosing. You know, the microdosing is just a little bit of the dose, you know, to kind of open up a little bit more, you know, as some may consider a guide, if you will, you know, a coach. Back in the day when they used to launch the space shuttle off into space, right? They would have the space shuttle on top of this big old orange thing, which was fuel. Then on the side of that, they would have two what they call solid rocket boosters. And what happens is the rocket boosters helps get the space shuttle up to a certain level. Then the rocket boosters drop off. Then it's just running off the fuel. Then at some point the fuel tank drop off and the space shuttle goes up into space. So using that analogy to suggest that sacred plant medicine, plant tools for my person have been like the solid rocket boosters. Those things that are on the side of the shuttle that help to get into a certain level, a certain altitude. So by partaking just a little bit of the dose of the plants to open up, to get my person to a certain level of conscious, certain level of awareness. So that's how that works on this end. All right. We jump.
I was going to jump back in here.
Side. Little quickie. So here we are. Approaching the time as it's moving on, 11:24. And this is usually what happens if there's no engagement online, from someone to comment or something like that, and or there's no one here in the studio. Person can just start rambling, just, as they say, just babbling, rambling. What else is there? When or a spark or a direction, my person is becoming more less inclined to just to talk, even though we're talking now. However, you see we kind of just jumping here, jumping all over the place from a certain perspective, because just what happens. The desire to have audience participation is it helps. It helps. Otherwise, what happens is a person can pull up a topic and dive deep into that topic, somewhat of a dissertation. However, there's not really space for that. This space is more so for discussion. So maybe share a little bit more about my person's conversation earlier today about tribe and finding your tribe. And what happens back to this story, jump, then jump back. So at some point, with the other tribe, other sacred plant medicine tribe community that my person was involved with, along the lines, even the first, second time, it was not nothing that was hidden. It was well known that when my person would communicate, when they would share its integration, share its experience, it was just sharing based upon this philosophy, how it sees the world, and its communication, things like that. And a lot of times, it was either over people's heads, or the language was just a jargon. It was too metaphysical, or too spacey, or something too theory, or laws, or maybe a combination of all of these things, right? And after a while, one realizes that, well, if it's this challenging to have effective communication, or if a lot of times what is communicated is not understood, it's not taken the way that my person intended for it to be taken. Every now and again it happens on this journey, but if that's more the standard than the exception, then that's something to take a look at. And all that to say again is that just can't help to give props to Mother Earth, because it is a place where one can talk and be, as free as they want to be, within reason. And that reason is in without intentionally doing harm to other people, places, and or things, right? So that's somewhat the caveat, the disclaimer, within the realms of not doing intentional harm to any person, place, or thing. You're free to express yourself in whatever manner that you choose at any given moment. So my person took that literally, been showing up here talking shit ever since. And this is what we're doing on Soulful Sundays, talking shit. What kind of shit are we talking on Soulful Sunday? Talking the kind of shit that helps bring alignment, clarity to how Christianity is such a powerful tool for the evolution of one's beings, to open up and feel the fullness of one's soul, to experience to break even the cycle of reincarnation, life, birth, life, death, reincarnation, life, death, reincarnation. So, just talking shit, giving thanks. So, rather talk shit for another maybe 5 or 10 more minutes, then we're gonna shut it down. Speaking of Mother Earth, there is a major sacred plant medicine ceremony coming up in September. From my understanding, it is San Pedro. For the summer solstice, we did ayahuasca, outside day ceremony. And for this fall, the plan is to do San Pedro. So other than that, microdose Mondays, get your microdose on. Maybe looking to have Freedom Friday those experiences as well. Reason being because on Fridays, it's Friday. The day government Fridays, well, the planet that governs Friday is Venus. The deity is Heru. We're talking about pleasure, baby, sensuality, ooh, joy. Oshun is the Yoruba correlation with that, correspondence with that deity. And so, we're looking to transform Freedom Fridays into more freedom. A little microdose may tend to assist that, either microdose or a little cacao. Just something I'm going to speak with the Queen Beloved about and see her take on that. Other than that, everything else is pretty much copacetic. Tuesdays there's a meditation online. Wednesdays Happy Circle and Game Night. Thursday maybe open. Fridays, second and fourth Fridays, Soulful. Freedom Fridays. First Friday of the month is Mystic Lounge. Sundays, Soulful Sundays. Mondays, back for those Mondays in Rich Potluck. So, again, if there's nothing more, the times we've been live for 29 minutes and some change. Well, at least go to 30 minutes. 30 minutes live. 30 minutes live. Right? And so, I'm going to leave with this, as we begin to close out. The reason why my person doesn't have too much to say specifically, because it's at the place now of really integrating the serenity prayer, along with the couple of favorite Bible verses that my person was, 20 years ago that stood out. We still holding true today. One of them is the Matthew 6:33, there roundabouts that the summation says, "Seek ye first the kingdom of heaven, and all these things shall be added." What things? The same things that the all God supplies for all of the creatures. All of the creatures have certain basic necessities. Have necessities for survival: food, water, maybe shelter. Food, shelter, and water. Clothing is fur or whatever. We do clothing, but food, shelter, water, right? Nutrients. So the universe, the multiverse provide that for everybody, especially on this planet. Mother Earth provide it for everybody. And so if that's taken care of, seek ye first the kingdom, and everything else will be added to you. Everything beyond that will be added to you. And what goes along with that for my person is the serenity prayer. God grant my person the serenity or the peace to accept the things that it cannot change, the clarity to change the things that it can, and the wisdom of the difference between the two. And that's it. So every day my person is engaging with this type of relationship, along with the greatest commandment, they say, love the Lord thy God with all your heart, mind, and your soul. And the second is like to the first, love thy neighbor as thyself. So generally here, we have discussion to see whatever your favorite scripture that you may have embarked upon, hold to your dear to your heart. What does it look like to integrate that, to embody that, to be the manifestation of your favorite scriptures, to be a manifestation of another Christ. After all, it says ye are gods, as the brother said, ye are gods. Remind us that ye are gods, and greater things shall you do so. And that's it. Give thanks for a community such as Temple Mother Earth to allow one the space and the assistance to do greater works in these. That's it.